Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on euro currency. In general, guys, we're on spot. So market stands in pretty fine area where we said that it will be the first area where we start watching for possible taking short-term bullish position. It's mostly based on all the same pattern. We already talked about this many times, so I will not repeat this again. So on the daily chart, we do not have any new patterns. I thought that maybe we have the grabber, but MACD still stands a bit far from the current price action, so if we will get it, probably it will happen later, so maybe within the 2-3 sessions. But for now, on the daily chart, we have nothing. Trend remains bullish, so all information that we have currently stands on a lower time frame. But even on the daily chart, you could see this shape that we talked about, right? So it's left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And the same pattern you could recognize on the dollar index as well. Now, if we take a look at the full time frame chart, here we stand precisely at the point that we discussed, based on general harmonic swings and tendency of euro currency to show at least a 50% retracement, so it's 50% of the favorite level for euro currency. And it means that we're coming to the final stage of this trading setup, is to considering taking of the position. Here we have actually some ideas about this. Most simple one is, of course, just buying, make the purchase and place stop somewhere below the lows and see what will happen. But here we have to consider two tricks that stands here. First is unfilled gap. Currently, this performance, it seems that hardly it will intrude in overall action with this head and shoulders if it starts working properly. Probably the gap will be filled if hand shoulders will fail, which we will know later. But in general, it could play a bad trick with the current setup. So we need to remember that it exists right there. Second moment, if we take a look at the hourly chart, we have the ABCD pattern. Here's also minor gap exists, which hasn't quite reached the OP, around 104.45. And based on this thing, we just make suggestion that probably definitely it can't be said, definitely not necessary that it has to happen, but chances exist that market could show slightly deeper action to complete the OP, and particularly it will form some reversal pattern, because currently if you take a look at the price action, we do not have yet the clearly reversal pattern. So it might be, for instance, guarded typical to buy if market will not go to the OP. It's also possible, but at this point we have actually nothing. So in general, the tendency of the downside action still stands well. So we have lower lows and lower highs. And we need to see something that led us to conclude that probably the bottom of the right arm is established. And it's relatively safe to consider position taking, especially we will get pattern. So from that standpoint, there are two options as usual. So you could wait for this setup that could potentially give you lower standing level for entry, better levels, and you could get the pattern on your back. But risks exist that probably it might be not formed. So market could just start in upward action or will form some different pattern later. We do not know. So, and second option, as you understand, it's just combination of the two of this one. So you could buy, for instance, some amount right there, some part of your position, and then see what will happen. So if you will get the butterfly, you could add more on lower level. If not, if market will keep going higher, well, that's okay, because you will have at least a part of the trading lot for trading on this setup, and maybe you will add more on some retracement later. That's just common things on the current situation on euro currency. And of course, we will be watching what will happen around this area, around 104.50, as we said. It's just because this is really looks nice, performance here right now. But we should have to see what will happen and should also be prepared, at least do not exclude that potential hand shoulders also could fail. So in this case, we could get this big butterfly to the downside. So it might be left wing as usual on the ruins of the hand shoulders, and that might be starting on the right wing. So we can't exclude it totally. This is also the scenario that we have to keep in mind. But for now, as market behaves really nice, according to our expectation, let's start first with the classic hand shoulders and then see what will happen.